Welcome back to another edition of Miami Cycling. Today is the final race of the Rosewood Series. This is Rosewood Series Race 3. We're at Piccolo Park. Just want to apologize to my loyal subscribers for not putting too much content up this year. Just had, some life things getting in the way and just other things going on, and I just haven't had time to really focus on racing, but looking forward to racing a lot more this year as the year progresses. We have 3 more races on the calendar before we take our annual trip to Spain for the month of July. We like to go to Spain and ride bikes all morning and watch the Tour de France at Robert Hasink's cafe called Horse Category in Girona. It's pretty awesome. Any of my friends that are following this that are interested in coming on this trip for any part of it, please do get an air flight. We're going June 29th to July 23rd. The more the merrier. All you need is a plane ticket and an Airbnb, and we will show you where to ride. With that, like I said, this is kind of my first race back. My goal was just to test the legs out, try not to get dropped, which I did end up getting dropped, but I think that was more to do with me making an effort I shouldn't have and not being able to recover. We'll go through that later in the race. But I'm racing with the 40 plus guys today. I've been really enjoying racing with these guys so far this year. They're fast, they're safe, everybody's friendly. Occasionally there's some shouting and yelling in the peloton, but for the most part I think it's a lot better than when I was racing 4 or 5, and I'm a category 3 now, so most of those fields are P1, 2, and 3, and I don't think I'm quite fast enough to have much success in those races. I will be doubling up in the coming races though to race the 40 plus in the 1, 2, 3 field just to get some extra fitness and get the experience. But right now, just getting back into criterium fitness is what I'm focusing on, and being able to keep up with these quote-unquote old guys, which will certainly rip your legs off. So how this crit went for me today is I threw down basically three big efforts. One effort was at the beginning of the race coming up here. There were a couple guys up the road. Thought maybe I could try and get across with city bikes racing in this race. They usually use the same tactic. They roll attacks until they get a couple of riders up the road in a breakaway they like, and then they disrupt the relays and basically just make it so it's almost impossible to chase down the breakaway. So if you're going to have a chance at winning, especially here at Piccolo Park with city bikes in the field, you really need to be part of that move, because their teammates will ensure that that the move stays away. So here's effort 1. I get out here, I get a decent gap. There's a couple riders up the road. I'm hoping that I can get across to them. Ultimately, I do not get across, and I see that in my rearview mirror. I think Tony Munoz is coming across from city bikes to attach himself to my wheel. And of course, I flick the elbow and he doesn't pull through, and I don't blame him, but I'm also not going to tow another city bikes guy up to the breakaway, so they have even more numbers up there. So I give up on this. It's into the wind anyway. Why get myself dropped this early in the race? It's kind of pointless. So after this field comes back, I'm going to skip ahead to effort number 2 and try and call out like the reasoning why I did that move. Just going to chime in here real quick. My next attack's coming, but this guy, you can hear on the microphone saying kind of some funny stuff, calling everybody deadbeats. I hope we pick it up.
Dirty riders against you! A bunch of deadbeats!
Yeah, so there you have it. It's kind of funny. We're a bunch of deadbeats. You know what? He's not wrong. There wasn't a whole lot of effort to bring the move that was already up the road back, and then in fact, right here, we're gonna see another group get up the road. You can see them in the distance. Riders are coming across. The alarm bells are going off in my head. Like, even though I didn't think I was going to have a chance to win this race, like, you definitely don't have a chance to win the race if you let half the peloton go away. So, trying not to be a deadbeat, I get in front of this, and I drag the peloton back to this group, or up to this group that's getting up the road here. You can see when we make this turn that there's a there's a sizable group up the road now, and they've got a nice gap. So I guess I'm saving the race for everybody but myself here, because I end up paying for this one a little bit later. This is a tough one to recover from. You can see my heart rate's at 183 beats per minute. I think my all-time max is like 187, so I'm definitely in the red zone here. But you can see I successfully get these guys up here. McBride's on my wheel. He's one of the strongest guys in the Florida peloton. He does the rest of the work to get the peloton across. I sit back in to try and save my legs and save this race for myself. I do manage to stay attached to the peloton, thank God. You can see the heart rate still really high up, and through this turn I was pushing around 400 watts, back up to 300, 400 watts through here. It's tough to recover, but everybody kind of sat up when it came back together after this, and we cruised on some more. All right, and you know what? You guys have been watching my videos long enough to know that I'm usually good for one boneheaded move, a race that burns unnecessary matches, and it's coming right here. I think we have about 15 minutes left in the race at this point, and for whatever reason, instead of just moving up and slotting in here, which is probably what I should have done to get in good position, because I was sitting in the back, although tail gunning's not that bad of a thing at this course, like, I just go off the front here, and you know what? There's not really a good chance that I'm gonna catch the group that's up the road with going into the headwind through here. Like, you really need another rider or two to come across. So I'm just frying out here in the front of the race. Again, touching 400 watts, making a bad turn here, and then back up to 400, 500 watts, and it's just like there's no reason for it. Like, I'm not getting a huge gap or anything. Heart rate's back up to 183, 184, which is, that's when things come unglued for me. I could have just sat in this race and not gotten dropped, because, this is why I got dropped. I don't get dropped right here, but I get dropped very soon after this. Like, I'm just dying in the back of the peloton trying to recover after I do this move here for a few laps, and I couldn't hold on anymore. So I'll let this play through until I get caught, and then I'll take you up to the moment where my race drifts away with about, 5 or 10 minutes left in the race. Yeah, so I definitely end up losing contact here. I just want to talk through a couple things that are not related to this race. First of all, I am an ambassador for Giant this season, so this is my first proper crit race on my new 2024 Giant Propel Advanced SL0. I'm really happy with how it performed. It comes with Dura-Ace Di2, Cadex wheels. The whole bike super light, super stiff. It's super fast. If I can get myself, a little higher racing IQ, I think I can probably learn how to win some races on this bike. It's really It's really sweet. Also mentioned that we're going to Spain. So once again, anybody wants to go riding in Girona, we got 2 tour guides with Aaron and I to show you the way. And then with one final note, kind of a sad note, Aaron was just diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer a couple weeks ago. So we've been dealing with going to the doctor's appointments and things like that. So it's kind of taken both of our heads out of the game, but Erin's super strong. She's super motivated to beat this. In the meantime, while she's not able to really race and train the way she'd like, she's going to be helping out with the officials at these races. So stop by, say hello to her, give her a hug, and give her some inspiration. I know she likes to hear from everybody, and she loves that everybody's supporting her. So don't be shy to go say hello. With that, I am going to let you see the end of this race as my lights go out and my day ends. I had a great time yesterday. I'm happy to be back racing. Thank you to the Little Seamstress Cycling Club for hosting a little after party at their tent. I had a great time with you guys, and I had a great time catching up with like Miles and Phil and Sebastian, all these guys I used to ride with a lot before I started training with my coach. We got to hang out yesterday and have a couple beers and catch up. So good seeing everybody. Miles, this is for you. You keep asking when I'm gonna make my next video. Here it is. This one's dedicated to you, buddy.